I've been doing some research and I don't know, I'm just gonna give you a mini update on my brother. Like I've been having some ups and downs as a caregiver right now, and there's some things that he's doing that is combating the help that I'm trying to give him. It's, like if you are taking care of somebody with mental illness, it is highly frustrating when one day they seem clear and they're saying one thing, and then the next day they're not clear at all and they're doing the opposite thing. So that's kind of what I was going through in the last, I guess, 48 hours or so. But um, I talked to him on the phone earlier today, and he sounds a lot more clear. A lot of the things that I am doing, despite some of the things he's doing, are working. So I'm grateful for that. And that kind of leads to this topic. Um, is mental illness a sign of malnutrition? And I'm starting to think that, like, seriously, because of the research that I am still doing. And I know I've mentioned like nutrition is a part of it, um, but don't give up on the medication. And I'm not definitely not giving up on the medication. But when they say um, that nutrition is helpful and you're looking for certain uh, amino acids that come from foods that are plant-based foods mostly, and vitamins, um, again from food, it's like, okay, that's all well and good, but then somehow I don't remember how, and I'm trying to, the reason why I record a lot of this is to help me document a lot what's going on. That's how fast I'm going through research and listening to videos and reading papers and things like that, because I'm like, I'm going through some things, y'all. I'm trying to get some healing going. And something came up to me as far as like a probiotic. So as I'm looking for more amino acids and supplements and things like that, um, only because my brother was a little ill the other day. Well, I guess last week technically. Um, and he had a stomach bug, I guess. No, it's been like 2 weeks now. But anyway, he had a stomach bug, and I gave him some of the that yogurt, that helps with your gut biome, and he started getting some relief. And I'm just like, okay, that's cool. So I bought a bunch more, and he has it. Hopefully, he's actually eating it. And that's an inside joke of what's going on with him right now. But that leads to other things, probiotics, and your gut being your second brain, and how there are brain cells in your gut. And it really is starting to be more to me like a sign of malnutrition. If your body isn't getting the nutrition that it needs, and your brain, like, let me just give you some brain facts that I've learned over the years. It's like your brain is made of fat. And so its food source is mostly fats. Okay, so that's why I talk about healthy fats, right? Um, and if you're not getting healthy fats in your diet normally, yeah, you're going to end up with things like brain fog, like I did 10 years ago. You're going to end up with a lot of problems where you're not getting healthy fats. Now, if you're getting other fats that are not healthy, um, it is, quite unusual, but I really do think that if we're not getting the nutrition that we need, then maybe, yeah, we need to research more in these probiotics. Because I'm also finding, I didn't even realize this, that are medical grade probiotics out there that people can take. They're expensive though. And as I kind of And I'm gonna just be honest, I kind of fired his last doctor, simply because things just weren't going well. The the care was not there. So as we search for a new doctor for him, I might ask them, like, is there a probiotic that he can take or be taking that will help his stomach, right? Um, retain more of the nutrition that he needs. Because that's kind of also where I'm heading with that. Unbuckle here for a second. So yeah, um, I'm starting to think that there is some correlations here. And I didn't, like I said, I didn't realize that there was such um, medical grade probiotics out there apparently. And I'm taking this off because I'm getting a little warm and dizzy. Let me take my glasses off too. Um, there are connections between autism, ADHD, depression, um, certain forms of mental illness. There's some links there. And if there's some links there, that means certain treatments are also there. And the reason why I'm saying this is because some medications are used for all of those things I just listed. Because again, I've done the research. I'm not going to name the names, but there's some medications that are used for mental illness, ADHD, autism, and also along those lines, I've been finding, like I said, the probiotics that are medical grade, and I'm just like, why isn't anybody talking about this more? Like, what you do see on the commercials out there when you're watching TV is all these other like pharmaceuticals and whatnot. But what about the probiotics? Okay, because if our stomach's our second brain, then we can be fighting on two fronts. Like, I'm trying to rebuild his brain matter, my brother's. And if probiotics are going to be helpful, you better believe I'm going to get me some probiotics for him, and I am. That's the plan. All right. Let me put my glasses back on. Yeah. Interesting. Somebody who's Russian. I can read French, by the way. So I I'm gonna continue with my research on that. Like, I've also been watching one of my I guess doctors that I follow, Dr. Tracy Marks. I didn't realize, like, I've been following her for years, like years. And she's built her channel to up to 1 million subscribers. Congrats to her. But she's a psychologist, and she's going deep, and I'm grateful for it. She's going deep with what she knows about mental health and wellness, and I'll probably put her channel in my description today. But I've been following her for a long time. Actually, she had switched subject matters. It's kind of funny, but not really. But I'm grateful that I do have such resources out there. And a lot of people always ask me, well, how do you know all this stuff? It's like, do you know all these top colleges have lectures online that you can watch them? Some of them offer free courses. Like, the information is there. You just have to be willing enough to um, do the research, willing enough to dig deep. Nobody's going to hand it to you. And I think that's the problem. A lot of people think because those pharmaceutical commercials are out there and it's like, just ask for blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, there are side effects too. But what about holistic healing? And I'm not talking about, like, everybody tries to demonize holistic healing, but we've only had this form of what they call medication only not even 200 years, y'all. But yet civilization has been around for thousands. You tell me. Okay? As well as a lot of people want to be like modern medicine, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, it's only been around for 200 years. Only. Yeah. So, not knocking it, but we don't know the long-term effects of what they call modern medicine at this point. Um, but food has been around. Herbs has been around. They've been around, okay? And if we don't get proper nutrition, of course we're going to suffer. And food industry, I'm back on that. Food industry um, is just interested in making cash money on people. But I'm trying to save my brother's life, just like I saved my own. Okay? That's all I'm trying to do. And with that, I say, you know what I'm going to say.